He is a technical brawler and striker from Dallas, Texas. He is the Red Benson Hicks.
Benson Hicks versus Sweet Cox was originally scheduled to be the main event, but we cannot keep these two away from each other, so they are out here right now. Of course, as we seen last time, Benson Hicks dumped all that garbage water and trash all over Sweet Cox. And here he comes, the big man himself, and they are going at it tooth and nail to kick off BCW, throwing some heavy fists right there, Benson Hicks. We got to get control. And we are back and we are live. Sweet Cox and Benson Hicks still going at it all the way through the intro. Throwing some heavy leather and some heavy shots to kick off this episode of BCW. And as I mentioned before we hit the intro, these two men we cannot keep them away from each other. This was supposed to be the main event here tonight. And a big shot there by Sweet Cox. This was supposed to be the main event, but we could not keep these two contained backstage. Benson Hicks came out and Sweet Cox followed him in short order right after. These two men have been trading shots the last few weeks, and they've been trading backstage assaults. We had Sweet Cox powerbomb Benson Hicks into that dumpster a few weeks ago, and Benson retaliated last week by throwing all that garbage and garbage water all over Sweet Cox. So this rivalry has reached the boiling point. We cannot keep it contained, so get him out here and get him doing big moves like that. A huge Beal from Sweet Cox. So if we can contain him, then let him loose. No point trying to contain him and keep him apart. Just put him in the ring and get him after each other right here tonight. Sweet Cox goes for the pin. Only a one. Benson with a strong kick out. And just applying that nerve hold right to the shoulder there. Not sure if this is going to be a standard wrestling match. I think both men are coming in too emotional, too hot. I think this is just going to be an all-out brawl. So I don't know if we're going to see a lot of technique, a lot of wrestling moves. But right as I say that, goes right to try and choke out Benson. Goes for the shortcut, just choke him out, choke the life out of him. And sometimes that happens when you're coming in hot, when you have all this emotion. And you really want to beat up your opponent, you just do it in the most ugly way possible. Just those chokes, those big shots. But Benson here with a beautiful maneuver. That corkscrew kill switch. I think out of the two, Benson would be the more level-headed, but both men are coming out hot. They've been, as I said, Benson was powerbombed into a dumpster. Sweet Cox embarrassed. Tried to get one up on Benson, but had that garbage water thrown on him in the middle of the ring, was lured to the ring by Benson. And Benson here going for his signature maneuver. Looking to load it up for the red, white, and bruised. That worm into the elbow drop to the sternum. Right into the solar plexus. Could this be it? And Sweet Cox kicks out. Not enough yet. And as we've seen in previous matches from Sweet Cox, he is triple tough. He is extremely durable. He does not get beaten easily. So, as we can see there, he was kicking out of Benson Hicks' finisher, that red, white, and bruise, which has put people away in the past. Owen went for a double axe handle and reversed it. Just taking out that arm. And a huge headbutt from Benson. And now just laying in the knees to that sternum, probably weaken him up again for a second red, white, and bruised. Oh, and a shot right to the knee. That could have buckled him. And another headbutt. That shot to the knee was brutal. That could have busted out a kneecap. These men are not looking for the win. These men are looking to maim, to hurt, to put him on the injured reserve list. He's going again for that corkscrew impaler. Trying to smash his head right in. Flows over quick pin. 2. And Sweet Cox kicks out again. Benson doing everything to get the win here tonight. Pulling out all the stops. The red, white, and bruise. Hitting some huge maneuvers. But that kick to the knee, that is not a kick that you do when you're trying to beat someone. That is when you're trying to maim and injure someone. And Sweet Cox with some huge shots. Ducks it in a big jumping clothesline. Oh, and is Sweet Cox going for one of his signature maneuvers. And he is loading him up in the corner. Setting him up for the Girthquake. Boom! If that doesn't put you away, there's not much more he can do that will. 2. Oh! I think that was the closest 2.9 that we've seen in BCW. That's the closest it's ever been without getting the pin. That was a last-ditch effort, but Sweet Cox just shutting him down. It looked like Benson was going for that Alabama slam again. Sweet Cox, is he going to go for it a second time? Opts for a big clothesline. Corner to corner and just stepping on him. That's taking a lot out of Sweet Cox. He's looking a little woozy. Just kicks him right in the spine. And just doing some big damage to that shoulder. And just grinding him out here. I think Sweet Cox might want to prolong this assault. 2 count there. Sweet Cox obviously trying to win, but I think the more Benson kicks out and the more pain Sweet Cox can inflict, I do not think he minds that at all. Speaking of pain to inflict, is he going for that groin claw? No, and Benson reversed. It looked like he was picking him up for a power slam. Benson going for that rocket kick. Both men trading shots and a big, huge clothesline. But Sweet Cox setting him up again, stalking him. Going for a big, big move. And he is just getting that groin claw. Such a brutal maneuver. And there's no way to train for it. There's no way to prepare for it. It's just straight up grabbing that groin and just wrenching on it. We've mentioned it before, but Sweet Cox does have that clause in his contract where he can use those groin-based attacks and not be disqualified. He's the only member of the roster that can do it. Oh, and Benson with a huge shot to the kidney or the liver. Buckling Sweet Cox, dropped him to his butt. But Sweet Cox comes back with a big clothesline. Puts the hand over the mouth when he's going for the pin. Trying to gas Benson. Of course, just looking at the frames of these two men, Benson is a little leaner, a little lighter, so he does have that cardio. He does have more of a gas tank. So it is a smart idea for Sweet Cox to cover the mouth, restrict the breathing. We saw him early on try and go for that sleeper hold. Anything you can do to target Benson's gas tank. And a huge, absolutely brutal spear. Using all of that near 300 pounds that Sweet Cox has. And Sweet Cox telling him to get back in the ring, and Benson obliges. Gets right back in and picks him up for a huge Alabama slam. Right near the edge of the ring, too. Not even in the center where you can have a little bit of bounce back. That's right near the hard edge. Throws him out. Are they going to be battling on the outside here? But Benson opts to throw him right back in. What's Benson setting up for here now? Another Alabama slam, perhaps. Oh no, he's picking him up. He's going for that cactus driver. Big, huge cactus driver rocking him. This could be it. Signature maneuver. Got him. Benson Hicks picks up the win against Sweet Cox. Impressive match here tonight. Lots of big shots. Both these men took a lot of damage but kept fighting through it. And as you can see, speaking of fighting through it, how do you fight through a move like that? And a huge clothesline there. Bunch of big shots. I mean, Benson picks up the win here tonight, but I do not think this grudge match is over. I think it's far from over.
Here is your winner via pinfall, Benson Hicks.
But congratulations here tonight to Benson Hicks picking up a massive victory.
Fighting out of the red corner, the Idol, Sergio Gomez.
All right, and we have our second match here of the night, an open challenge by Sergio Gomez. Who is going to challenge Sergio Gomez here tonight? Of course, ever since the random draw event, Sergio Gomez has been on a roll. He has had that fire awakened in him again, and he is looking to climb up the ranks and become the BCW World Champion. He had a rough and rocky start here in BCW at the beginning, but he has been on fire lately with this new confidence, this new swagger. And to back that up, he does not care who he is facing. Open challenge here tonight from Sergio Gomez. We're going to see who challenges Sergio here tonight. Who's going to accept that open challenge?
Introducing the man known as Slug.
And here we go, Slug. Slug faced, well, and as we can see here from the video package, Slug faced Sergio Gomez on week 6 here in BCW, and Slug, he just showed up to the building, and Sergio went up to him and told him, hey, put on this Benson Hicks gear, and he just beat the crap out of him, told him his gimmick was Benson's gimmick, embarrassed him on episode 6. So Slug is out here tonight looking to get some revenge. Perhaps he was waiting for an opportunity like this, an open challenge against Sergio. He never really had a chance to get that revenge for being embarrassed on episode 6, so here we are tonight. And the bell is rung, the match is underway. Sergio Gomez versus Slug here tonight. And a big front dropping suplex from Sergio Gomez onto Slug. And we're going to see if Slug, using the element of surprise here tonight by accepting the open challenge, if he can reverse the tides, if he can pick up a win against Sergio Gomez. And of course, Sergio Gomez, a 30-plus year veteran. Slug, He's a local indie wrestler. We don't know exactly how many years of experience he has, but it is definitely less than 30. So will he be able to use his size, his strength, his youth against a veteran like Sergio Gomez? And Sergio completing the triple vertical suplexes there. And Sergio Gomez, in addition to the newfound fire and the newfound aggression that he's had, he is the veteran. 30 plus years. He's seen it all, done it all. And both these men, in terms of size, weight, strength, they look about equal. But Slug has that youth. He has that reckless abandon that comes with youth on his side, whereas Sergio plays a little more calculated, takes a few less risks. And he's really working every part of his body here. Going for some submissions. Beautiful arm wrench there. Hammerlock in the other arm. And Sergio goes for the pin to check his progress, but only comes out with a 1. Slug there with a beautiful reversal. And a big gut wrench suplex there. But if you're Slug and you're answering an open challenge, you know you're facing Sergio. Sergio doesn't know you're facing you, so I think he would have used that opportunity to review the tape, review what he did wrong in the first matchup, make the corrections, and hopefully he's done his homework and done the training, and he can reverse it here tonight. Pick up a huge win, and especially with Sergio on fire like he's been, a win over Sergio Gomez would be a huge victory. Slug not really on the BCW radar. He's only had a few matches here in BCW, but if you come in open challenge style, answer the challenge and pick up the win, that's going to put you on everyone's radar. That's going to put you on BCW management's radar, and you could have some big opportunities coming out of that. So everything to gain here for Slug and everything to lose for Sergio Gomez. If you do an open challenge, you got to deliver, you got to win. And you do not want to be embarrassed by a person who's not even really on the roster. Slug's been in a few matches here, but he's not an official roster member. So, and what Sergio got here, he set him up in the corner, taking him to the high rent district on the tippy top rope. Big shot, throwing the legs up. What's he got here? Is he going for that huge Spanish fly? And it looked like it hurt Sergio a bit, but he goes right into the cover. Quick cover. Could this be it? Referee out of position, though. 2. And Slug kicks out. And that is a move that you would not typically see from a veteran, from a man in his 50s like Sergio Gomez. But speaking of that, 2 goes off the top with that huge Gomez splash. Hooks the leg. Could this be it? 1, 2, 3. Got him. Sergio Gomez with a huge win here tonight, extending his win streak, and that's, I think, what did it. Slug was able to kick out of that avalanche Spanish fly, but I think that did all the damage to him. You hit a high-impact move like that, follow it up with the Gomez splash, you are not kicking out. That is his signature maneuver. He's been using it for 30 years, winning matches worldwide. And it pays dividends, and he picks up another win here tonight.
Here is the winner of the match, the Idol, Sergio Gomez.
Oh, and this is not necessary. This is what he did in episode 6 after he beat him, but we're going to have to get control, and we'll be back after these messages. All right, and we are back after the break, but we have some exclusive footage that happened during the break. Sergio, after his beatdown of Slug, went outside the ring, grabbed some shears, and shaved Slug's head bald just like he did with Byron Cassidy. Slug has been shaved bald by Sergio Gomez here tonight, and Sergio partying it up. And here comes Byron. Byron was shaved by Sergio weeks ago at random draw, and Byron is not having any of this. Coming out here to get his revenge on Sergio. This is the first time we've seen Byron since he was shaved back in December. And Byron is hot. He lost that hair versus hair match, and Sergio just getting away with murder here tonight. But Byron not letting him do it, and Sergio taps. Sergio taps out. He just wants to get away from Byron, but Byron's smothering him, and he picks him up for his signature Butcher's Block. Byron Cassidy taking it to Sergio Gomez, putting him on notice that he can't come out here and be shaving people's heads.
The following contest is your main event of the evening and will be a singles match.
Alright, and it is time for the main event, a non-title singles match here tonight, putting BCW World Champion Dirty Don against SJPW Dojo member Shizu. And of course, Kensho and Dirty Don, they have the rivalry as we've seen earlier tonight. Shizu is a part of the same dojo as Kensho. Will Dirty Don send a message to Kensho by beating Shizu, or can Shizu pull up the upset? We'll find out.
ladies and gentlemen, the undisputed BCW World Heavyweight Champion, Dirty Dawn.
And here we go, Dirty Dawn making his entrance first, playing the mind games with Shizu here tonight. Of course, the champion usually comes out last, but I think Dirty Dawn is playing mental warfare here with Shizu. Of course, Shizu, he has less than 1 year of training. He has never competed in a singles match here in BCW. He's a tag team competitor. So I think this is a calculated move on the part of Dirty Dawn by coming out here first. Dirty Dawn's the champ. He has competed in multiple main events here in BCW. He's traveled the world. He knows what these high pressure situations are like. But Shizu does not, so I think he's letting Shizu come out last so he feels all that pressure so that he tries to mentally break him even before this match starts. Smart mental tactics by Dirty Dawn. And there he is, Shizu. He looks confident. It looks like he is not rattled. But this is by far the biggest match that he's ever been in his short career. It's the most high-pressure situation he's ever been in. He's going up against the champ in the main event of tonight's episode. So I don't think he has ever felt pressure like this. We're going to see if he can rise to the occasion or if he will crumble under that pressure. Alright, the bell has rung. The match is underway. Main event time here. BCW World Champion Dirty Dawn taking on SJPW Dojo member Shizu. And of course, Dirty Dawn and Kensho have their rivalry going on. They will meet at the upcoming BCW Urban Warfare pay-per-view with the BCW World title on the line. But Dirty Dawn getting a bit of, I guess you'd call it an appetizer here tonight, going after Shizu from the SJPW dojo. Of course, Kensho is the prized student of that dojo. He's been trained in all the ways and the tactics of that dojo by Steel Dragon. And I think Dirty Dawn wants to do his homework. He wants to do a little bit of research on what they're actually learning and being taught there. So he's taking on Shizu here tonight. And he's not wasting any time, goes for that pin. But only gets a one, and already going to the top rope, and he gets up there real quick. Smart maneuver, waiting for him to get up, though. And just crowns him. And goes right into the pin. Dirty Dawn said he was going to make an example, and he is not wasting any time. No wasted motion. Going after some huge maneuvers and going right into the pinfalls quick. But Shizu with a huge move over the top rope. Lots of aggression there. And a big rocket kick. We've seen Dirty Dawn use that kick in the past. And Shizu just wearing him out. Wearing out Dirty Dawn on the outside here, but I think Shizu's best advantage and the place he has the most success of winning is in the ring. Of course, when you're just begin your training, 99% of the focus is on the in-ring. So I think, oh, and a beautiful backbreaker there right into the pin, though. Dirty Dawn showing a little bit of desperation here early. I don't think he wants much to do with Shizu. Shizu's young, he's talented, he's quick, he's athletic. We've seen him do some amazing moves in the tag matches we've seen him in. But just as I say that, look at the beautiful maneuvers of Dirty Dawn. I mean, you got to give credit to Dirty Dawn. He is the world champion. He is athletic. He is I'd say he's in the top 3 for the most technical wrestlers here in BCW. Oh, and just playing it up there. Going out to taunt the crowd. Crowd all over Dirty Don in every single match he's in. And just going out there to taunt. But Dirty Don did say earlier he wants to set an example, and he wants to make an example out of Shizu. So I think he's really trying to put this away early to send a strong message. Oh, but Shizu with the Northern Lights into the pin, but only a 1. And of course, as I mentioned, this is the biggest match in Shizu's career. Will the pressure get to him? So far, it does not look like the pressure has affected him. He's coming out here strong, not afraid to face the champ, not afraid to get in there and do beautiful moves like that. Hip up out of nowhere, and that's the danger of someone so young and athletic and youthful. And he goes for that Olympic slam. But as I was mentioning, the biggest match for Shizu, but Dirty Don has his focus on Kensho at the upcoming pay-per-view, where he's defending his BCW World title. And Kensho has been in some main events. He is the number 1 contender. He has a lot more experience than Shizu. What's this move? Double stomp. So Kensho will not be rattled in the same way that Shizu might, but goes for the pin. Could he get it? Only a 2. Dirty Don's so resilient, but already a 2 count from the young lion here. And a big double stomp. I think a bit of a mistake there. I think Shizu should have went for the pinfall. He was already at a 2, and that big double stomp off the top, I think it could have been... I don't know if it could have been it, but it would have been real close. Get Dirty Don to burn some of that energy on the kickouts. 2 count there again. Shizu getting closer and closer, and Dirty Don knows he has to do something. Hits him with that back elbow. And a huge neck breaker, misdirects him. Thought he was going to throw him to the outside to get a breather, but just does that misdirect right into the neck breaker. And Shizu really liking that Northern Lights. And goes to his foundations. Goes to, it's really a day 1 maneuver that you learn in wrestling school. Just getting that arm. Trying to pop that elbow. But Dirty Don wise to it, gets out. Dirty Don with that judo throw now. Oh, and he missed with that big shot. He was looking to load it up. Goes for that modified STF. But just really bending him like a pretzel and really grinding that knee pad right into the back. A little bit of a leg submission, a little bit of a back breaker, and a little bit of a chokehold on that one. And there we go. Now he throws him out and taunts him, tells him to get right back in. But Shizu seems to be holding his own on the outside of the ring here. I would venture that Dirty Don has the advantage, but you'd never know it with the way that Shizu is hitting him with some big shots. And Shizu smart throwing him back in the ring. You do not want to get counted out. Shizu is here. He's going for broke. He does not want a count-out victory. He wants it all. And he goes for that trailer hitch. But opts not to keep it locked in. I think he knew that Dirty Don was either going to get out of it or not tap to it. But as I was mentioning, Shizu is here for the win. He does not want a count out. He does not want a DQ. He wants to beat Dirty Don. And this, of course, is a non-title matchup. But if Shizu were to pull off the impossible task of beating Dirty Don is undefeated by pinfall or submission in singles matches here in BCW. He's the world champion. If Shizu can come in here and beat the world champion, you'd got to think he would earn a title shot too. I don't know if he'd earn it before or after the Urban Warfare pay-per-view, but if you beat the champ, you're easily in line for it, especially since Dirty Don's never been beaten. But this could be over right here. This could all be a moot point if he hits the Dirty Driver. And he does! Goes for the pin. This is over 1, And Shizu kicks out. Not many have kicked out of the Dirty Driver, but Dirty Don just taunting, saying it's light work here. He's going back up top again. Is he going to try and crown him? And he does. Really doing more damage to that neck that the Dirty Driver set up. And Dirty Don's so athletic with all these drop kicks. And back to the neck breaker. Oh, and it looked like he was setting him up for that brain buster on the knee, a signature maneuver of Dirty Don. But what has Shizu got here? And Shizu really using the outside of the ring. Is he going for that big DDT, and he hits it? Throw him back in the ring, kid. Get the pin. Throw him back in. Dirty Don reverses. That was a huge shot, and we do not have a lot of padding on the outside here in BCW. And he hits him with a big DDT. 2 huge DDTs on the outside of the ring. Throw him in. Go for the pin. He's got to go for the pin now. Can't be taunted to the crowd. I think that's a mistake. Or is he going to lock in a submission? Got him with the camel clutch. Really wrenching on the neck. Could have been some huge damage to the neck from that sequence of DDTs on the outside. But Dirty Don's so resilient. I think Dirty Don is the most resilient on the roster. Trading shots back and forth. Bunch of quick moves. But both men reversing. And throws him right to the center of the ring. What's he got planned here? Is he going for that big elbow drop off the top? We've seen Dirty Don do it in the past. Oh, and he goes for a frog splash this time. Locks up the leg, 2. Shizu kicks out. Both men getting closer and closer to that 3 count. Who is going to make the mistake? And who is going to capitalize and come out with the win? And we're hitting some firm 2.5s, 2.6s, 2.7. It's getting closer and closer to a 3. And wrenching on the leg. The 2 count there, just putting his hand right over the mouth of Shizu, trying to block that airflow. Oh, and a huge Rana. Looks like Shizu's going for a big move. Can he hit it? Waiting for Dirty Don to get up. Is he going to try and crown him as well? Oh, and a huge drop kick right to the face. Go for the pin, go for the pin. And he does. 1, 2. Dirty Don kicks out. That was a huge maneuver, and I think that was Shizu's best shot so far. But it's move, counter move. As soon as one of these competitors gets a few moves deep, they just reverse it. But can Shizu reverse this? We've seen Dirty Don win matches with this. And Shizu taps to the sharpshooter. Just screaming pain on your back. And no shame to tapping out to that maneuver. We've seen Byron Cassidy tap out to that exact maneuver, and Byron is a submission specialist, but Shizu did amazingly well in this match. It's his first singles match here in America. He's only had a handful of singles matches in his whole career, and he took Dirty Don to the limit. This was not the cakewalk that Dirty Don thought it was going to be. Even when Dirty Don hit some big maneuvers, Shizu was kicking out. He had the youth, he had the durability, he had the endurance. But then, oh, and here we go, here's Kensho. Dirty Don said there was a target on Kensho, but Kensho's showing that there's a target on Dirty Don. Dirty Don very braggadocious, always trying to celebrate after the match with his title. But boom, he just gets smashed in the face with it. Kensho sending a firm message to Dirty Don. You do not mess with the SJPW dojo. But before we get to the main event, we opened up, which was supposed to be the main event of Sweet Cox versus Benson Hicks. This match kicked it off. It was a grudge match. They both came out hot. And Benson Hicks picked up the victory, beating Sweet Cox in our opener here tonight. And then it was an open challenge. We didn't know who was going to accept, but it was Slug, a man who has some beef with Sergio Gomez. He was hoping to turn the tides and get the victory over Sergio. It did not happen, and his head was shaved bald here tonight. And then, as we just seen in the main event, an amazing effort by Shizu taking the champ to the limit in his singles debut here in BCW. But Dirty Don picks up another victory, but I think the story of the match was the post-match, where Kensho came out and hit him with that belt, sending a clear message to Dirty Don that you cannot get a one-up on Kensho. And next week, it gets even bigger and badder as Super Japan Pro Wrestling will host BCW. There'll be some inter-promotional matchups, and we're heading to Japan. And this just in, Dirty Don and Kensho next week will be able to pick each other's opponent. It's a pick your poison situation next week. And we have Hard Limit taking on the SJPW Dojo. Will Shizu and Kenzoku have the advantage on home soil? We will find out. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in the next one. We're heading to Japan.